We're going to talk a moment about a specific situation that affects some people with entrepreneurship, and that's if you have any non-cash entries. When we talk about non-cash entries, that means we didn't actually pay cash, usually for an expense or for an item, but it was given to us or we worked in exchange for it. A good example would be if we have our livestock on, let's say, a relative's piece of property, parents, grandparents, whatever, and we don't get charged rent to be there, but we are expected to do a little bit of work in order to be there, or to use the land lab and put in certain hours in order to be there. So we call those non-cash expenses because you need to show that you're doing something in order to have your livestock there or to use the ground for farming, whatever. But we actually didn't have any cash out of pocket in order to do this, so maybe taxes don't apply. And so what we do is we're going to go to SAE non-cash entries, and this is only for entrepreneurship. Choose the one that fits the best. It might be you did an SAE labor exchange, so as part of your SAE, you worked in exchange for feed, pen, or rent. And so that might be one you would choose. It might be you had a non-SAE labor exchange. So it wasn't an SAE job, but you still did work and you worked in exchange for feed, pen, or rent. So that would go there. You transferred or bartered, they'd go. If you received a gift, if you used it at home, let's say you raised a market animal and you ate it at home, you didn't sell it, well, that needs to be recorded. And then if you have any transfer, so you raised an animal, for example, you had a heifer born, it raised up, and now you want to make it one of your non-current assets, you need to do that transfer here. That's a special one we can go further into for those who need to. And then if you exchange for a non-current item, let's say you work for someone a long time and they give you a welder, or they give you livestock. So that would be an example there. Whatever one applies to you is the one you use. This is where we work, and in exchange we get something that we didn't have to pay for. If that doesn't apply for you, don't worry about it. Once it does apply to you, just go to it. You'll pick the SAE in question, where you're kind of labor as, what kind of expense it was, what its value was. Make a note if you need to, but that's it. Save, and it'll also put this into your journal. Okay. Notice that it's not only going to make this financial entry, but it's going to show up over in your journal as well because you put those time hours into it. So note that you don't have to do that twice. This will do it all in one entry.